Live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
One. And here we are with Comic Book 18.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Hello everybody. Start telling me that you see me, because this is like this is a new bag of shit for us, all right? This is we're doing some new things today. We're embracing the chaos. I think we're going.
Okay, great.
I think we're going.
Awesome, yeah.
Are we going?
Yeah, we're going.
Oh my God, we're going. Oh my God, we're going. Holy shit. Okay, guys. Well, hello. Welcome to Game of Thrones Rewind is this season 6 live? Fuck it, we're doing it live this year. We are super excited to be here with Smile Time. We are in Smile Time Studios. They are so awesome, letting us use some of their equipment and everything to get this show done. And thank you guys for coming and checking it out. I'm so excited to talk to you today and get some people on the show talking about Game of Thrones. It's going to be friggin' nuts. I feel like...
Give me an overview of what to expect here. What are we going to do?
Okay, so let me give you an overview of what we're going to do today. So first up, we're going to just kind of go through like all the different scenes in Game of Thrones. You know, we're going to talk about everything, and we're going to have like questions. You guys can ask me some stuff. We'll go from there. And we got some pictures and stuff. We may have some people come on. And at the very end, we can just start talking about free-for-all, Q&A. And also, if some people out there overlap with the Silicon Valley situation, I would like...
You're going to do Silicon Valley too?
I would like to just talk about it for like just that one, like just one scene. Like I just need to talk about Silicon Valley just a little bit, because I kind of am really stoked on that show a whole lot. So yeah, awesome.
Well, let's get started with the scenes then.
All right, well, let's get started with the scenes then. Dead, he's dead. And the Onion Knight finds him. And everyone's super bummed on it. All his homies are super bummed on it. And yeah, like that's the big question that was not resolved, I feel like, in this episode, obviously. Like everyone wants to know, is Jon Snow going to be coming back? Is the Red Woman going to make that happen? I really don't know. In fact, on the Smile Time platform, we can do a thing called polling. So let's get into some new features for you guys. I'm so excited. We're going to launch a poll here, and you tell me whether you guys think Melisandre's going to be bringing Jon Snow back or what the deal is. I'm leaning towards yes, because they haven't buried him yet. So if they haven't buried him yet, then, whatever. Like, it's still up in the air. It's still up in the air. Everything's, like, all up in the air. Yeah. And... We're also okay. Great. Am I doing great? I know, guys. We're all doing this together. It's live. Okay, this is what live stuff is.
Yeah, you're great.
Okay, am I great?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, all right, we got this poll going. Let's move on to, while this is like, we'll come back to this because we're going to come back to all this at the end. Because Melisandre, we're going to talk about that. Not right now. We're not talking about Room 237. Melisandre yet, okay? If you know your Shining references, you should understand what I'm talking about. T-Bone, what is up? What is number
right,
2?
Now you're talking about...
So let's get into the Boltons. So we cut over to Ramsay, and he's got his dumb dead girlfriend, the kennel girl, and he's waxing poetic about her, and it's like, feed her meat to the... I don't know. I don't like this whole Ramsay. I've never liked this guy for Ramsay Bolton. I feel like he's very, he's just too diabolical. Like he's too like mustache twirler. And that was kind of like, wah. And I do feel like, you see Ramsay and he's so scared of his dad, right? He's so scared of his dad, but they really haven't shown the father being like, why would this crazy guy be scared of this guy? Like, cause you have to be crazier for a crazy person to be scared of you, right? And we've never seen his dad, like why he's like, cares so much about what he thinks. I mean, I get it in certain ways, but I'd like to see his dad like do some fucked up shit to him, or like hear some stories or something. I think that would like maybe help it out a little bit. And yeah, there wasn't much to talk about that scene. He keeps threatening him with the new baby. And can you guys remember in the books, did he kill Fat Walda or like lock her in a tower or something? And maybe kill her baby? I can't quite remember. You guys down there, let me know. I'm looking in the comments right now.
We got the results for a poll then.
Oh, we got some results in. All right. Yeah, okay, so everybody thinks that. We'll talk about Jon Snow later on. Yes, so let's go on to the next scene. Whatever, the Boltons, whatever,
Theon,
you know.
Sansa, and Brienne of Tarth.
So, okay, so Walda is still alive. All right, guys, thanks for I couldn't remember. It's it gets really tricky. All right, so then in your next scene, we cut from the Boltons, and now we're checking out what Theon and Sansa have been up to. There's a lot of team ups going on in Game of Thrones that started last season, and I'm excited to this season's really showing us all the new team ups. So we got the Sansa and the Theon team up. They jump over the wall. They're trying to get away. I was a little confused because they go through a river, and then their clothes aren't wet, and I was like, you guys would die if you went in that river. People keep going in rivers and in the Revenant and shit and not dying, and it's dude, if it's cold and you go in a river, you're fucking dead. I read the Jack London books, whatever. So yeah, they're trying to get away, and then they get caught again because they're dumb, and it's just oh gosh, Sansa's storyline is just fucking killing me this season, guys. Last season, Sansa's whole storyline's killing me. It's just what? She's in the battle. Okay, so then they have the battle, and Brienne and Pod show up, and it was awesome. It was so awesome to see Pod doing his thing. I was so stoked to see him getting down and getting into some battles. But yeah, Brienne comes and saves the day. And then, you have Theon who helps Pod out and stabs a dude. But then you don't I wish Sansa had done something. I want to see Sansa slit someone's throat. Okay, she's just so useless. I'm just so tired of seeing her be useless. It's just killing me. But Brienne finally is hey, Sansa, you gonna let me be your fucking knight or what? You dummy. And Sansa's finally all right, cool, I get it. So that's a lot of fun. I'm glad that Brienne is now going to have Sansa's back. So maybe Brienne can help Sansa not be such a dum-dum. I don't know. But Brienne has her own naiveties too. So I don't know. Maybe they'll be super dumb together. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. But we will see. Yes, Matthew, you are correct. Sansa is a mess. As always. Oh, she's fucking killing me. And let's not even talk about the fact that she annoys me within the show, but then Sophie Turner, the actress, is also playing Jean Grey, which is also annoying me because it's oh wait, are you going to bring your uselessness to the character of Jean Grey? I really can't wait to see that, and your shitty fake accent, you're the worst. She's not Jean Grey or whatever. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're totally right, Denise. What happened to her dark clothes and her new attitude? They set her up. They do a whole season of setting her up with Littlefinger, going to teach her how to play the Game of Thrones. And then she just gets raped for a whole season and then is super bummer, depressing, whatever deal going on. So, yeah, Sansa and Pod. Well, I guess she can't be with Theon. So I guess Pod's the only one. And then Pod becomes the new king of the North, and then every fucking one wins. Everyone wins when Pod becomes the new king of the North. Thank you, Hassani. My hair is looking good today. It's pretty big. God damn it, it is so dirty. I've got to wash it so bad. All right, so what are we going on? Next scene? Scene.
So now we're going to...
Okay, so now we're back at King's Landing. We have the ship that was carrying Marcella and Bronn and Jaime, and it's coming back to King's Landing, and I was still Marcella died of that poisoned kiss before they were even out of the fucking harbor. Why would they not turn the boat around? Why would they not turn the boat around? That doesn't make any sense to me. So they just they're whatever, never mind. We'll just keep going and we'll not make this. And that lady would have been murdered for that. What's her name? Ilaria Sand. Whatever. It's just bad writing. And so you have Jaime coming back with the fucking deal, and now him and Cersei are back on. I feel like we're talking about team ups. Jaime and Cersei are now really going to team up this season, I think, and I'm excited to see where that goes. I'm excited to see if they can make it work in this crazy world. Those two crazy kids. And what else about that scene? Let me see my notes here. Give me these notes. I have some notes. I wrote notes, guys.
This is live.
Yeah, the Franken Mountain. I'm excited to see more about Franken Mountain too. That is totally a whole deal. Plus, towards the end of that scene, we have Marjorie coming in. She's still hanging out with the sparrows. And then, man, that SEPTA, man, she was getting ready to beat that little girl. That was like pretty funny. And then I did love the acting. There's not a lot to talk about in the Marjorie scene, but that one moment where the High Sparrow like touches her hair, and she like looks up at him, kind of like she's playing the game, she's like, maybe this guy wants me and I could like have sex with him and he'll let me out of here or something. Like I thought that was pretty cool. Yes, Alex, confess. And it's, what should she just confess that like she like stole some cookies out of the cookie jar, like, I mean, what do they really want out of her? Because I know, okay, maybe you guys can help me. I remember in the books, Cersei had some dirt on Marjorie about her screwing other dudes before she married Tommen or something. I think like Kettle Black, one of the Kettle Blacks or something like that. And so, but in this season, like she gets her, why is she in there? It's not for like having sex with somebody else. It's like just conspiring with Loras. Is that it? It's just conspiring with Loras. I don't know. You guys got to tell me. It's a 12-second delay, so I got to wait for you guys. You guys got to hurry up. Perfect prison eyebrows. You know what, Leah, yes, I totally noticed that as well. I was like, her eyebrows they would be all over the place. They would be shaggy as fuck. Like, there's no way. There is no way. I saw someone just confess that she secretly liked Batman vs. Superman, and that was pretty funny. Good for you. I like that one. So after Marjorie, T-Bone, what do we have? Who else is up?
All right, here you go.
All right, okay. So now that we're done in King's Landing, we have the team up between Cersei and Jaime. We have we go back to Dorne and we see Illyria Sand, and I just hate everything that's going on in Dorne right now. I just hated that whole scene. I was so excited to see the sand snakes. And they've just been just how they're interpreted in this show is just really weird, super weird. But going back, Josh, Marjorie, what if she teams up with the Sparrows? That would be hilarious, and I would be down to totally see that. It would never happen in the books, but this TV show is kind of like an Elseworlds Game of Thrones thing. That's how I think of it, as kind of its own alternate reality, because it is. I mean, it's going off in its own directions. So anything goes. Let's see some really goofy shit. Let's just go for it. But yeah, so the sand snakes. So you have Illyria and her little dude, and they killed Doran. They kill the Prince of Dorne. That's pretty fucked up. And then they go kill Tristan, his son and heir. And I guess they're just going to take over or whatever. But I mean, I just felt like that scene was really shitty because they grew up together. And I don't care how much of a badass you are or how much you murder people. You're going to be a little bummed to kill somebody who's your family member that you grew up with, unless you hate them, I guess. Maybe. I mean, there's some of those that you wouldn't want to kill. But yes, Alex, you're totally right. They should have killed off Illyria and the snakes for bad acting, because it is this show is kind of blending into CW territory for me a little bit. I see a lot of that happening where it's just kind of I don't know, the sand snakes, the Dorne stuff is getting really weird. In the books, I really enjoyed everything that was going on in Dorne. There was a lot of political intrigue. There was a lot of ins, a lot of outs. And I understand that they don't necessarily have time to set all that storyline up on the show, where they've decided not to. So instead, they're kind of doing this much simpler kind of storyline. But it's just not. And honestly, I feel okay, so right now, and this is personal problems. So right now we got third wave. Okay. And so the whole problem with everything is dudes think that if women take over, that they're going to take over and treat men like they've treated women, right? Which is shitty. Okay. So in this show, it's showing that if women did take over, they would be shitty. And that's the whole problem is I wouldn't be shitty if I took over. I still need a guy to open pickle jars for me and get boxes off of things. We need to work with you guys, because I know that I have things that men can do and men have whatever. It's a whole thing. We would all work together. I feel like this is sending the wrong message about feminism and matriarchal societies. This is not helping my cause at all. Just, always trying to get people more open to female leadership. And this just is not not doing it for me. Does anybody out there like have any ideas? What do you think of Dorne? Tell me. Give me something to talk to you about. I'm excited. And yes, Austin, you're right. All of the storylines are simplifying. And I don't know why I said pickle jar, because I don't like pickles. Okay? I don't like cucumbers either. So yeah. But yeah, Erdem, you're right. Seriously, Dorne is so out of the loop on the story. Yeah. Oh, Mike, robots for everybody. Yeah, sorry, Robot couldn't make it after Stannis was killed. He's done with this show. He's just done with Game of Thrones. Stannis is gone, so is Robot. And the only thing that hurts feminism is feminists. It's so fucked up out there. Like, it's just not what I would be doing. Like, everything that's going on right now is like embarrassing me. Like, all these people are just doing it all wrong. One day I'll teach a master class and like what it's like to just like for humanism and everybody treat each other the same because we're all fucking humans and we're all in this together and we're all dying. No one's getting out of this alive.
All right, what's the next?
All right, next scene. Let's go to Tyrion and Varys. They're in Meereen. They're walking around. I thought it was a little weird that they weren't walking around with guards. Like, I don't care if you're dressed like a merchant, asshole, And I felt like this whole scene was a lot of exposition. Like, I felt like it was a lot of them re-explaining everything. I did enjoy the scene where Tyrion was like trying to like give that woman a copper or whatever and was like accidentally saying he wants to eat her baby. I got a big kick out of that for sure. And but like, the whole scene where they're walking up and it said kill the masters, right? Which is something that I hated when they did, because it's like, kill the why is it written in English? Like, because they're talking down to their audience. They're writing for dummies. Like, they're television writing for a dumber audience is what they're doing. And that's not how the show started. Like, the first season of the show was not giving anyone any breaks. You really had to like be paying attention. And now I kind of feel like they're not really holding on to that because the audience is much bigger and you do kind of have to dumb it down the more mainstream something gets. I get it. But this season, under, kill the masters, you have Misha is master, and then Varys is like, oh, that Misha means mother, and blah, blah, blah. It's just like, shut up. Like, if you don't remember that from last season, just like get the fuck out, okay? Like, you guys didn't need to write a line for that. Like, everyone knows she's Misha. You had a whole bunch of people screaming Misha at her. Yeah, you're totally right, Nathan. This whole episode is a lot of setting up the pieces, and I get that you have to do that, but it was very like overall kind of like meh. I wasn't like super stoked on anybody's storyline, like from what they set up.
Yeah, but it didn't offend you, did it?
But I wasn't offended either. Like, I wasn't offended by anything either. I mean, that's true. And so yeah, and then they burned all the boats. So I guess Daenerys isn't going home. But it's like, I mean, she just flew away on a dragon. So I mean, why would they burn the boats after she flies away on a dragon? Maybe they don't want her people getting away. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I do like Tyrion and Varys together. They're a good super team, but we'll see. Carolyn, I wonder if the show hadn't gotten so popular, if it would be truer to the books like the first seasons. Well, I mean, now we're past the books. That's the deal. Is like, now we're totally in Crazyland territory of like TV writing. So like, things are going to change because, the people in the writing room, even though they're very talented writers and all these things, they're not like George R.R. Martin, who's like another level genius mastermind motherfucker who takes literal, years to like write one book. I mean, this guy takes a lot of time to make it as good as it is. I mean, that's why it's as good as it is because he takes his time, and you can't do that on a television show. You have to you can't meditate upon a storyline for like a year and figure it out, So yeah, I mean, we'll see. Now, after that scene, we cut to Dario and Jorah, and I guess they're a new team up. Another odd couple team up. The guy who's getting some and the guy who isn't. And I thought it was last season when she dropped her stupid ring into the fucking grass. I was like, if somebody finds that goddamn ring, I'm gonna fucking punch someone in the face. Like, that is so dumb. Like, the ring, and she just, it's just too easy. It's just like, follow my breadcrumbs, So yeah, so when fucking Jorah went up there and found the ring, I was just like, like I just started drinking more, you know. I was like, whatever. But yeah, I loved their talk though. I like to see them. I have no friggin' clue what they're gonna do. Like, how are they gonna get her away from the Horde, you know? Like, and is the Horde, like, is she gonna have to go back to the Dosh Khaleen at all before they save her? Are they gonna save her from the Dosh Khaleen? And that would actually be something that's really interesting, is I would like to go back to Vise Dothrak and see how that society works. I thought that's kind of fascinating. Like, I think the Dothraki people are really interesting. And yeah. So then after we see them, we cut to Daenerys, who's with the Dothraki Horde. And, you know, I mean, that scene was a little weird. Like, all the CW actors on that one and all the bro talk going on. I was just kind of like, it just kind of seemed silly and unnecessary. I wasn't offended by it necessarily. I was just like, why is this in this show? In fact, let's put up our other poll that's from this scene. Everyone, I can't remember. I know that we saw Daenerys naked in the first season, but I don't remember if she did indeed have white pussy hair or not. I don't remember if she was wearing a white merkin. I'm going to put a poll up. You guys tell me, does she have white pubic hair or not? Because that's what they wanted to know. And yeah. So, yeah. Sawana, the grandma joke. I know, the grandma joke, it was just like, it was like weird humor. Like, this Dothraki Horde had really bizarre humor. Like, when these like, oh, is anything better than seeing a woman naked for the first time, you know, and these assholes are like spouting off 5 other things. And like, it was just like, it was really odd. Like, I like comedy and things, but it was kind of a weird, it didn't quite make any sense. But Dwayne, yes, in the books, she is bald. Like, after she goes to the fire, like after like Khal Drogo and the eggs fucking pop out and shit, her hair is all burnt off. And she wears this like white lion pelt that Khal Drogo gave her, like on their wedding or something. Like, he killed this white lion or something. And it's like so fucking cool. In my head, I was just like, that's the coolest fucking thing you could do if you didn't have hair, is wear a giant white lion pelt on your head. And that's what she did. And I'm really disappointed that I never got to see that in the show. And that I'm also disappointed that they felt like they couldn't show a bald woman, you know, because like, again, you have to, like, men don't like bald women because they're not sexually attractive. So like, we can't show a powerful woman who isn't, you know, not sexually attracted to everybody. So we have to like keep her hair, even though it doesn't make any fucking sense. It's really dumb. Whatever. But yeah. Oh, well, you didn't put my poll up. You didn't put my, you did the wrong one. Well, we got this poll. Well, this is a third poll altogether. Come on, poll guys. This is live. This is fucking live. Yeah, her eyebrows. You know, well, I mean, you could just, you know, put some stuff, ashes, make some fake eyebrows for yourself. I did think though, I was cracking up so bad that that ending shot of her where she was like, they were like, oh, you, like the wives were like, oh, you gotta go back to the Dosh Khaleen, like, oh, you know, no dick for you, bitch. And then like Danny's like, no, like, you know, like the thought of like having to hang out with old bitches and never get dick again was just like, no. It was so funny. I laughed so hard. And yeah, I mean, you do not want to go back there. Like, don't go back there. Like, you're still a young lady, you know, you still got lots of fun to have, Daenerys. Like, don't even. So moving on, let's go to the last scene. We had Arya. Oh no, this isn't the last scene. Oh, next to the last scene. We had Arya back in Bravos. She's blind. They blinded her last season. And there is, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you know, I was super excited for Arya to go to Bravos. And after last season, I just don't care anymore. I just don't care anymore. Do you guys care? Hey, can we do a poll? Do you guys care about Arya and Bravos? Does anyone, like, what do you guys think is going to happen? Because, like, am I just going to see her get beat with a stick all season? Her and Sansa just get beat up all season? You know, is that what I'm in for? I'd like to see a little bit. I don't know. Yeah. Bravo stuff's not as cool as I thought it was going to be. And then that waif. I mean, the waif is just, she's not a waif. Like, she's not creepy. You know, yeah, totally, William. Totally disappointed with the House of Black and White. It was just, in my mind, it was just so much cooler than it is on the show. And it's kind of kind of disappointing. So yeah. All right, moving on because it's not even anything to fucking talk about over there. All right, now here's the last fucking deal. The scene opens up. We're back at the wall. The Onion Knight is dealing with Thorn. He's like, hey. Thorn's like, hey, you guys better open the door. We're gonna come in there and murder all you guys. We're gonna give you a horse. Get the fuck out. He's like, sure, give me some mutton, which I thought was really funny. And then I loved it when he told Alistair Thorne, like, oh, like we'll confer with each other and then we'll get back to you. Like, we'll let you know. And I thought that was really funny. Like, he's so good at dealing with these higher up people. Like, I love the Onion Knight. He is just one of my favorite characters. He's so sick. I thought that was pretty great. I thought he was pretty amazing. And then we cut to Melisandre, and they're counting on her to perform some miracle to save them. But then they're like, you better figure it out by nightfall. And I guess it's nightfall because she's like going to bed or something, you know. But she takes off her shit, you know. Oh my God, she's an old person, you know. And that's something, again, we haven't seen that in the books at all. But it is hinted at that she is much older than she says. And we do know that she is able to create glamours and things like that. So I'm interested to see where this goes. You know, it was, and I was looking online to find out how they did this whole thing. And it was a lot like the scene with Cersei, where they had a body double come in and then they did a prosthetic makeup for the actress. And they digitally merged the head and the body. So it like looked like her, but it was like old. And I thought that was like so well done. Like, I really enjoyed it. And oh yeah. All right. 50-50. Yeah. Bravos. 50-50. But yeah. And I was, yeah, Nell, I can't believe Melisandre got even hotter at the end. Yeah, you're so right. Yeah, it was actually, I was getting in a fight earlier with T-Bone about whether we should show a picture of naked Melisandre. And he was like, no, we cannot show an old lady naked body. And I was like, why not? We should be able to show old lady naked body because old ladies are people too. And it's fine. You know, I mean, I come from I went to art school. Okay, I drew a lot of really not good looking naked people. Okay, I've seen a lot of not good looking naked people. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, get over it. Everybody gets old. You're going to look like that one day. Quit being a dick. You know, that's kind of where I'm at in life. Charlie, you're right. Arya is still salvageable. She is not at Dorne levels yet. I absolutely agree with that. We'll see where it goes. Like I said, we're off the map. We could go anywhere. Like, I really don't know where any of this shit's going. Now, SCAD representing. Yeah, Eddie. Represent that SCAD life. That place was nuts. I would like to go visit Savannah again. Also.
Let's take a break for 5 minutes.
Oh, we're going to take a break for 5 minutes. We're going to take a 5-minute break.
All right.
We're going to be back. We're going to wrap up like 15 minutes on fucking Silicon Valley.
All right. Bye.